Hello, awesome people. Hope you're doing good. My name is Prakash, and welcome to Awesome ML. In this video, we'll be looking into list as a data structure and the various functions which are performed over it. But before that, let's do a recap of what we did in the previous video. So, in the previous video, we looked into various string manipulation related operations like string slicing, modification of string, escape characters, concatenation, and string formatting. And I hope that video was clear enough. So let's proceed. But before proceeding, do not forget to do those three magical things, that is like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
So now we come to the first data structure, which is in Python, lists. So lists are basically collection of items in a particular order. I mean, it could be either numerical values or alphabets, maybe names of people, names of cities, whatever you can think about it. I mean, you can kind of gather it together in a list. So list items can be ordered, they can be changed, even they can have like duplicate values also. So I mean, in that way you can understand that we can put anything in a list, and those items don't have to be rated in a particular way. So that is a brief introduction about list. And here we should take a note that if we are talking about declaring a variable as a list, we should always try to declare, I mean, as a programming convention, we should declare list as plurals because it contains more than one values. So how is a list basically represented? So it is represented as a square bracket wherein opening and closing square brackets. So what we can have values like is like maybe 1, or maybe like something like characters can be maybe apple, mango, maybe banana. So these are all typical examples of list. So we'll go to the Jupyter notebook to see more details about list. Let's start with some basic list related operations. So let's say maybe I'll call a variable fruits, and so this is a list. So if I want to print it, it would be printed something like this. So that is how we kind of depict a list. Now, like we discussed, I mean, a list can have duplicate values. So if I suppose I copy maybe maybe I copy banana multiple times and then execute it, I mean, it doesn't cause any conflict, so we are good in that aspect. If I want to print what is the length of my list, right? So we'll use the simple len function, and we'll use something like, and we see we have 7 items in our list. Also, list can have like different values, maybe a string or an integer or a boolean. So similarly, if I say maybe list 1 is like the fruits example we saw, right? And now we say we can have maybe, right, so we can have a list of numericals and list of even booleans. So maybe if I talk about list 2, it can have like true, false, and yeah, we are good here as well. Okay, now what do you think? Can we have a combination of all these 3 types and kind of have it in a single list? Let's see. So if I create list 3, okay, so maybe something like an ABC followed by a true followed by numerical. Okay, so let's see if this kind of list can also. So yeah, we can see that, right? It can kind of encompass all the 3 different types, or rather all 3 different data types in a single list. So that is the beauty of a list. Okay,
So now we'll see some different functions that can be implemented on lists. So taking this list as an example, so list of fruits as an example. So firstly, we'll try to see how many elements of a specific item appear in a list. So for example, I'm taking banana. So if I want to count how many instances of banana is present in my list, I'll use the count function and we'll get the output like this. And you can see banana is appearing twice. Then if I want to find at what position a specific element appears in the list, then we'll be using fruits and index function. So if I want to see the index of maybe pear, then so the index of pear is 2, as in like 0, 1 and 2, the index of pear is 2. Okay. Now if I want to reverse the list entirely, how will we do it? So I'll do something like fruits dot reverse, and then let's see what is the outcome in my list. And you can see this list is entirely reversed now. Also, if I want to add a new element, I will be using the append function. So let's see. So if I say fruits dot append and maybe add grape, and let's see our list. So you can see grape has been added. Now if I want to remove any specific element from the list, we'll be using pop function. So if we just use pop simply without providing any position, it will remove the last element. So now if you'll see that grape has been removed. Okay, so if you see fruits again, grape is gone. And if I want to remove any specific element from a specific position, I'll just provide the position. So maybe if I want to remove from the 5th position, so let's see what is the outcome. So now you will see that 5th position was orange and now it is gone. And now if I want to clear my list entirely, I'll use the clear function and see my list is cleared. I hope these steps were clear enough. Now we'll be moving to tuples. I hope you got the clarity about list and the different operations which we perform over it. In the next video, we'll be covering the remaining part of the data structures, that is tuples, dictionaries and sets. So do stay tuned for the next videos as well. Thank you and have a nice day.